What kind of a fighter do you think he is?
He's a tough kid, definitely a tough kid, yeah.
And have you known him long?
I've known him about a year now.
Right. What sort of qualities do you have to take to go into the ring? I mean, how tough a sport is it?
Oh, it's a very tough sport, yeah. You've got to have a lot of dedication and time to put into it, yeah.
What separates fighters from other people? I mean, how much bottle does it take to get into the ring?
You've just got to have a lot of dedication and a lot of bottles getting there to do it.
That's it. And have you got any advice for other fighters?
Just train hard, just keep knuckling in.
Yeah, he's just warming up. I mean, normally he'll skip for about 20 minutes, with it being so close to the fight now, everything's just going to be like a little bit more explosive bursts. He's literally just going to be doing some drills on the bag, some pads, a little bit of defensive work, and then it's mainly all the hard work's done now. I mean, he's going to work, he works hard in his little bursts, but it's just about the recovery and he's...
How difficult is that? We see it in all them sort of, Rocky films.
Yeah, it's hard work. It is. I mean, it takes a fair bit out of your system to keep it going, So it's. I mean, like I say, he'll come down sometimes and he'll skip for 45 minutes, and he'll just have the music on, and he'll just be up and down, running up and down like you've seen, and he can do that up and down for he can do it all night long, really, to be honest. But that's why he's got such good fitness.
What do you like as a trainer?
What am I like?
Yeah.
I know I'm hard work. A few times Dean spat his dummy out and has had to nearly go home because I don't listen. But generally I love the work. Really love the work. He reckons I should have been in the army. I love that torture. Love it. I just find it a challenge.
Is it difficult to motivate yourself?
No, definitely not. Even on a bad day, I'm in the gym. It's not a problem, I love it.
What is it about it you really like? What is it about it you really like?
I don't know. It's just a sense of freedom. I can come in the gym or go out on a road run. We call it mind runs. I just go out and do a mind run, just to clear my head. Whereas a lot of the boys I know, they hate the road work, or they hate this, they hate that. I love it all. The only thing I hate is when you spar in the heavyweights and you get that buzzing noise in your head for 2 weeks afterwards. That's a bit odd.
So do you spar with Lee?
Yeah, I've done, yeah, and a few other heavyweights as well.
What's that like with the weight difference?
Hurts.
Yeah.
And you don't realise, you think, oh, fuck now, God, fucking hell, but then you get used to the pain. Yeah. And the buzzy and the fuzziness. But then, and you get involved. And then afterwards, you know, obviously, you know, you get rocked and you're a bit wobbly a couple of times. What it is though, it's the day after. Last time I sparred with Lee over there, we done 8 rounds, didn't we? 10. We've done 10 rounds. At the end of every round, you can ask him, we was giggling at each other. He done me in the nut. I was getting up, I was like Bambi in the morning for 2 weeks. I was punch drunk for 2 weeks. And I caught him in the ribs. But that's what makes me strong for my weight, you know. I just, you know, you move around, a big little one moves around with a big one, and anyone my weight, they can't really trouble me, to be fair.
So it must be a real advantage when you get in the ring if you spar with a heavyweight.
Yeah, it is.
Because you know how to take big punches.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's all about just, I've learned boxing's about being calm. If you take a dig, you just got to relax. Relax and tell yourself it's okay and go again, you know?
I mean, it's not a normal situation for someone to be in, to be battered in the head and stuff like that.
It's not. I mean, when I was a kid, you know, I survived a couple of big heavy blows to the head, and you know, I've got dropped down a set of stairs. At my nan's house, she had a cellar, and I don't remember it, of course, but I got hit on the head, heart while smashed myself on the concrete. And so I don't think I've ever been normal. Always a screw loose, if you like.
So do you get nervous then before you go in the ring?
Yeah, badly. Anyone that knows me, they'll know. My problem is I'm too negative, but that makes me train harder. I'm always doubting myself. Close friends of ours who I've trained with, you know, they're really good people and they really do know boxing. And they've nearly slung me out the gym before and said, listen, you're too negative, sir, you've got to get out. But they've kept me there and they stuck by me. But anyone that knows me, like Dean knows me, I put it to a positive because I drill myself to death in the gym. I just drill myself.
I don't tolerate it.
No, you don't tolerate it, no.
There's no old rubbish in there.
Yeah, but I deal with it. And that's when we call it mind runs, don't we, Dean?
Yep.
We'll just go out, clear my head, do a nice 8-9 miler, and I just love it. Just love it.
What's it like? You're only a few days before this fight. I mean, how do you feel in the build up to it?
100%, what, truthfully?
Yeah.
I just had a fight December the 4th and boxed absolutely brilliant, I thought. And I felt on the money, but I was training 3 times a day for that. This time round, I don't feel half as sharp. But I know when I get in there, it'll be all right. I think I'm more of an athlete than most people at my weight.
Do you check out your opponent? Do you watch films of him?
Not really.
No.
I leave everything down to Dean, really.
Right.
And we train differently for different fighters. And then we get the sparring accordingly. But for this fight, I've only done 20 rounds sparring.
Right.
So, you know.
Yeah, and you're all right with it?
What do you think, we're all right, Mush? We're all right, aren't we?
Hang on.
Yeah, we're all right. No. It's only having a laugh there.
What it say is quality, not quantity.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly what it is. So, no, I'm okay. I'm okay.
That's him in a nutshell with all these negative statements. He can't say it as it is. He trained really hard for the last fight, really hard. So he was a bit, he weren't even blowing after 8 rounds. So if he starts hitting it hard again, he'll go stale by the time he's fighting with Braddock. So he's got to be kept as fresh as possible. That's why he's got 20 rounds. But he's been sparring with a kid who's just turning professional. He's at the top of his game. So he's done sparring with him with only 30 seconds rest, and at the end of it, he's on top. So he's in good shape. You know, he likes to play it down. That's his way of keeping him on the ball. So it's just a case of getting to know him. That's it.
Yeah, 100%. Definitely. Love it.
That's very hard work.
I mean, today's, it normally takes half hour, 40 minutes to get warmed up properly. So, it's sort of instant work straight away, you know.
I realised what he was doing, he's not placing it. He can only go left.
You've got the square of the ring. Put the separator in the middle. One to the other, make the square the opposite way round. And you make the square, you cut them off all the time. That's what I'm realising.
No use to get them.
What kind of a routine does he go through when he's training?
Well, basically, it's pretty much a standard boxing routine. work on his aerobic fitness, which is the skipping, the bag work, running, all that sort of stuff. But he does the running outside of the gym, obviously. And then what happens is we do a lot of interval training to get him nice and fit, get his recovery rate up, and plenty of anaerobic work and lots of pads. So obviously does his sparring, we bring people in, and depending on who he's boxing, we try and get someone who matches his style. So that's what we tend to try and do with him.
How many years have you been training him?
I think we've been together now, must be about 7 years, something like that. About 7 years now.
And how kind of attached do you get to him? You know him really well?
Yeah, I would say I know him very well, yeah. I probably know him better than he knows himself now, so. No, that ain't untrue, is it?
What type of a guy is he?
Honestly, he's a liability, to be honest. No, he's a lovely kid, got heart of gold, but he is a little bit reckless, to say the least. You know, in everyday life.
But you've got a kind of background of looking after people that are probably, maybe, how should I say, a little bit difficult sometimes.
Yeah,
so
absolutely,
you're able to look after him and everything like that?
Yeah, I'm just trying, I'm a bit like a big brother to him, really, just to try and direct him in the right direction. I mean, he's 100 miles an hour and just needs to be slowed down on a few occasions. And
what's his best qualities as a fighter?
He's got a few, to be honest. He's a very, very tough kid. Very tough kid. Got a great engine, great work rate, and he always rises to the occasion. He seems to, despite all the mayhem in training, when his head's all over the place when he comes in the gym, on the night it all comes together. His head gets together because he's got no options, and he gets in there, and he's got a great jab, and he's an incredibly tough kid. You know, he's determined, very determined.
Why did you sort of pick him up in the first place? Did you see potential, or how did it work out?
To be honest, no. What happened, he was actually watching a friend of mine who was fighting on one of Alan's shows, and he turned up drunk, was chewing a friend's ear off. They put him in my direction. I said to him, come down the gym, and thought, never in a million years is he going to turn up. And 2 weeks later, he did turn up. I stuck him on a bag and was honest with him. I said to him, to be honest, you're rubbish, but you've got good fitness. So I said, but I can work with that. I says, and tidy you up a little bit, and the rest is history, really. Over a long period of time, he slowly but surely tidied up, and he's now got to that stage where he's looking relatively polished. So
he's had quite a sort of a hard background and stuff like that, and has had to kind of stand up for himself, hasn't he?
Oh yeah. I mean, I know when he moved up this way, he suffered a lot of racial abuse and everything, and being a bit different. And he's had a tough old upbringing.
And does that benefit a boxer, would you say?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah. It's a tough sport. Especially when amateur boxing, I wouldn't say it's so much of a problem these days because it's a different sport. But when you're doing like the sort of like the unlicensed stuff and everything else, the pros, it's a tough sport. So I think it makes a big difference. The upbringing, you've got to have that little bit of an edge to you.